Hi, my name's Liam Brown. I am the founder of SidestepCoaching.com and MortgageBrokerCoach.com. I want to thank you for joining me today, and we're just going to take a few minutes and talk about what we're actually going to cover during the Attracting Realtors Bootcamp. First off, we're going to talk about why I developed it in the first place and why I run it. And then we're also going to talk about some of the major things that we cover during the bootcamp and what I want you guys to walk away with at the end of the day. And at the end of the session, I want you to walk out, and you will walk out with a simple, effective, straightforward system that you're going to use to attract and engage and build a strong, profitable relationship with realtors so that you get more deals. And that's really what we want out of this whole thing, is we want more deals. So we want to build those profitable relationships. But before we can do that, let's take a step back, and I want to talk to you about why it was developed in the first place. Because we need to know what's wrong, what are we trying to fix before we can move forward. The reason why I developed it in the first place and why I run it and why I use it with clients is because I saw clients and other brokers in the marketplace that are having the same conversation with realtors. They're all saying the same things, they're doing the same things. And so it's not letting you stand out from what the competition are trying to do with the realtors. And second, the realtors are really getting sick of it. They're really, there's no one is saying or doing anything different that's really building a mutually beneficial relationship. And so that's really why it was developed. We need to have a different conversation. The conversation needs to change with the realtors. What you say, what you do, and what you offer to the realtors has to be different. And that's what this entire bootcamp is about. And within that, it's packaged up in a step-by-step process or system that you're going to follow to use to get more realtors coming in your door. Let's talk a little bit about what we actually cover during the boot camp, because you kind of get an idea of what you're going to walk out with. And by the way, everybody's going to walk away, so everyone's going to have a big binder of tools and scripts, and there's going to be some audio clips, and you're going to have the whole system. You're going to have a binder that you're going to walk out with. And I'm also going to provide that to you in an electronic format as well, so that you can use that as well. So both print, audio, and electronic as well is what you're going to get. So let's talk about some of the major things that we're going to be covering during the session. The first thing is we're going to talk about what's currently happening right now, what's happening with the relationships right now, why isn't it working, and really what we're going to do to start changing that. The second thing we're going to be covering is we're going to talk about some of the most common mistakes that brokers are making when they're looking at really getting real work and engaging with realtors as well. So we're going to be talking about some of those common mistakes, because we can't look to fix a problem that we don't know. So we're going to talk about those mistakes and how we're going to start making those changes. The next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about what realtors really want at the end of the day. And we're going to spend a bit of time talking about what they want and how we're going to be able to best help them. Then we're going to be talking about the actual meetings, how we get a meeting with a realtor, how we conduct those meetings during, how we basically take them from step 1 to step number 4. And one of the most common, let me share with you one of the most common mistakes. When a broker does actually get a relationship, or a meeting with a realtor, they lay out all their cards out on that table in the first meeting, and really there's no reason for follow-up meetings after that. So then the broker struggles with, okay, well, what do I say to a realtor now? I've laid everything out on the table in the first meeting. What is the point of the second meeting? And so we're going to talk about that. But we're going to be going through how we actually get the meeting in the first place, because that's the first hurdle. The second thing we're going to talk about is how we actually conduct those meetings with the realtors once we have them face to face. And you're going to have scripts, and we're going to be going through scripts. You're going to have all those. You're going to know what to say and how you're going to basically move them forward. And then we're going to talk about how you get additional meetings and how you begin to build that relationship so that it becomes effective and profitable for you at the end of the day. Then we're going to be talking about really how do we make yourself stand out? How do we make you attractive? How do we make you different to the realtors so they say, you know what, I need to give this broker the time of the day? We're also going to be talking about, many of you probably have some existing relationships with realtors right now. And so we're going to talk about how you're going to revitalize those relationships, how you're going to get it to the point where you've got some business coming from the realtors right now, but how do we get more? So we're going to talk about how we can really re-energize, revitalize those existing relationships. Then we're also going to talk about how we can begin to automate this process. It is a system that we're going to be following, but in order to build, it's not just a light switch solution. We're not just going to be able to flick a light switch with a realtor and have deals flowing. I've had it happen before, and I'm not saying that it isn't going to happen, but really we're looking at building a relationship. And so we need things that are going to be happening on a monthly basis that keep that realtor engaged and really begins to build that loyalty. And it makes them think of you when they have deals that are coming through, when they have deals to pass over. And then what we're going to talk about, we're going to finish off with me just talking about and going through all the scripts that we're going to be that you're going to receive. And the most exciting thing about this as well is not only you're going to have all these tools and you're going to have this different way, this very effective way to build these relationships, but you're also going to get continuing education credits as well, CE credits. So we've just been approved by CAMP, where we're able to now give 6 continuing education credits as well. So take a look at the page. There's a few more details about what we're going to be covering, but I'm really excited about this. I know that this is going to work, and I know that it's effective, and this is why you'll notice on the page I talk about offering a money-back guarantee. I want you to be 100% satisfied with what you're going to get out of this, because you are going to get a lot of really good information. You're going to have a new and different way and a different system that you're going to be able to get more realtors coming on board. And I know with the price point, I want you to ask yourself, when it comes down to the price point, I don't want you to get sticker shock, but I want you to ask you this. Ask yourself, is that if you come to this boot camp and you learn a new way of engaging realtors and attracting realtors, and at the end of that session, do you believe it's reasonable that you're going to get at least one deal? One deal will more than cover basically the tuition for this boot camp. Just one deal. And so I want you to ask yourself, is it reasonable that if I were to go to this boot camp and to listen to Liam and to learn and to get all the tools and to get the audio clips and to get the step-by-step system and to get the scripts and to get everything that I'm going to get, is it reasonable that I will be able to build one relationship to get one deal out of a realtor? And I think it is reasonable, and I think it is going to be something we are, not only are we going to be able to get you one deal, we're going to be able to get you a lot more. And so part of why my belief is I offer a money-back guarantee with this whole system. And so if you come to the boot camp and you really didn't feel as though it was effective, then I do offer a money-back guarantee. I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys are as well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the next boot camp. Thanks.